A lot of last year I kept setting goals, making a little bit of progress, and then I would learn about something new and I would set a new goal and like a little bit of progress, and I kept chopping and changing between goals, not making much progress because I wasn't sticking to the goals. And I realised there was two main things that I was missing. First is the step-by-step process to do the actions that will get the result that I want or achieve the goal that I want. And secondly, having a cue or a routine to do those actions consistently. And once I started developing these two things, I started reading more about how to execute goals and how to achieve your goals. My progress started to actually skyrocket because I was doing things that got the results. Because first you got to know what to do, and then you got to do it. And then once you do those things, you get what you want. It doesn't matter about your feelings, about if you're scared or not. If you just do the things, you'll get the results. So I started reading all these books about execution, and I realized, what would someone that didn't execute do? Inverse it. Or there's someone that's inconsistent, and there's someone that keeps changing the goalposts. So how about you inverse that? You're someone that's consistent, and you're someone that doesn't change the goalpost. So I decided to write down exactly who I want to be, what goals I want. Pick a couple, write down a whole list of things that could massively change your life. If you look back in a year, what would be things that you could be celebrating, that you accomplished? Try and pick maybe 5 of them that you can work towards for the year. Just focus on those goals, set benchmarks each week. To hit that goal, you've got to do a certain amount of work. If you want to, put on 10 kilos of muscle, how about you put on, 250 grams a week? That's a benchmark goal. And so I realized the power of consistency as well by doing this. Because imagine you've got two people. One guy that is super motivated, he's written down his goal. The next day he works 10 hours on his goal. And then he just doesn't do anything because he's burnt out after that first day. And then you got the lazy guy, the super lazy guy, but knows the power of consistency. He only works on his goal 5 minutes a day, but he does it every day. By the end of the year, the first guy only did 10 hours of work. The second guy did 30 hours of work just by doing 5 minutes a day. So the second guy is 3 times further ahead towards his goals than the other dude, just because of the power of consistency. You can do a lot more in a year than you can in a day. So the main thing you need to be focusing on to actually achieve your goals is obviously writing down, the list of things that you could do to actually change your life, and picking, maybe 5 main areas to work on, and then working on one area at a time. So you've got the whole year to work on it, but focusing on one goal at a time. And then once you pick that first goal, write down the, main thing you need to be doing each day to achieve the goal. Like, what actions do you need to do? So for YouTube, I want to grow the YouTube channel. This main action is posting videos. And so what you've got to do is write down each step you have to do to post the video. Turn on the lights, turn on the camera, script the video, film the video, edit the video, and then publish it. You've got to write down each step you've got to take to actually complete that action. And then once you've got that, you've got to create a routine or a cue to do that action. So a good way to do it is like, at school, you have 9 o'clock you do maths, 11 o'clock you do English, 12:30 is lunch. They've got these cues for you based on time to do certain things. So that's a great way to develop cues, is time-based cues. So on Monday at 8:30 a.m. you film the videos. On Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. you edit the videos. You've got to create some sort of cue. Using time is the best one. You've got to show up at this time and do this action. And once you start developing these skills of figuring out what your goal is, breaking it down into smaller actions that you can accomplish, and having a cue and a routine to do this, you develop like this sense of purpose and this happiness because you're really working on something that you want to be working on. And so the thoughts about changing your goals and what things you want to be doing goes away because you're focused on this one thing and you're seeing progress in it, and that progress develops that competency and that self-esteem and your confidence. And you don't want to change what you're working on because you're really getting good at it. And so that's the power of developing this consistency of just working on those few goals that are your priorities, and will make the biggest difference in changing your life. The action points for this video is kind of break your life down into 3 sections: your health, wealth, and relationships. List on all different ways that, if you look back in a year, how amazing your life be that you completely changed these areas, like your health. If you got a 6-pack, if you lost a lot of weight, if you really have developed and improved your sleep. If your wealth, you started earning, a certain amount of income, or you got a promotion at your job, or relationships if you've got a partner, or you found more friends. Write down these 3 core categories and what ways could you improve your life in each category. And then once you've got, a list, a whole list, pick 5 of the most priority things that you could accomplish that would change your life the most. And so once you've got those list of 5, the most important goals, what are the most important actions you've got to do to achieve that goal? And usually what's the 20% of action that create the 80% of results. Once you figure that out, what are the step-by-step process to complete that task? Try and do the task yourself. And when you're doing the task, write down each step you're doing. Create a document, and then create a routine. On a certain day at a certain time, you open that document and you do each task. And then once you've done the task, you've done that action to get the result, and you just be consistent, show up each time at that time. When you set the cue for yourself to do the task, you turn up, you do it, and you'll see amazing results, and you'll be happy. You'll develop a sense of purpose and confidence within yourself, and it'll transform your life, and you'll achieve your goals. You won't be slacking off, you won't be making no progress anymore. You'll be making progress towards your goals because you're being consistent. Go out and do this and achieve amazing results.